so this is your first long trail. And how is it going being your first long trail?
A lot of what I've expected and unexpected at the same time. So, yeah, like I knew it would be hard mentally, because I heard a lot of people say it's not just about physical strength, it's about mental strength. But this year, with it being the way it is, it's like it's made it even harder. So you don't see as many hikers, you don't get to interact with as many hikers, and definitely don't get to go into town and have the town experience like, most years. But I mean, I like it. I mean, I like hiking every day, when I get up. I don't like all the camp stuff, like setting up, breaking up, hanging your
chores.
food. Yeah, the chores, starting a fire, filtering your water. But I know it goes with it. But yeah, I love getting up every day and hiking a different section and taking in everything that the trail gives you that day. And it's not just a day or maybe a couple days. It's like day after day after day after day. So you do mentally have to kind of, because some days you're not. I mean, you're just not going to want to. Exactly. So, but I'm learning about myself that even though this is my first long trail, like it's great. Like I do enjoy it, So. Train. Train's been following me.
It's like every time I video something, it's like, okay, let's have a train or a car that goes by and beeps or something, just anything.
Yeah.
So, so how many people are like in your family right now?
Well.
And I know it's kind of broken up, but
it is
all over. But
yeah, and it's like as soon as you get like a little family going, like then like some of them came off, so then I came from a broken family. I was like, I don't have one. And then you meet up with another group, and I hiked with them for a while, and it was great, to have that, because it kind of felt like, even though everybody hiked their own pace and everything, we all met up
at night
and caught up with each other, and it was great. Recently, I felt like I haven't had one, and it's been kind of lonely, but I had El Prez show up, and I was just like, I'm so thankful. He's like, his Achilles had, some problems, and he's healed for him, because it would have been sad for him to come off the trail, because I was like, man, it's just a bummer anytime anybody gets injured and has to come off. But I was also selfishly like, I'm so glad. Not only are you able to continue your journey, but like I
have somebody to camp with.
Yeah, because I mean he's just a great,
He's so funny.
He is funny.
I have so much fun with him. He's a good kid.
Like you look at him and you're just like, I don't think he'd be that fun, and he is so fun.
He's hilarious.
He'll put on a shiny shirt and be like, I'll go to town in this. I was just like, you're just the best. Like you just make me smile, and I appreciate the company and. Yeah.
And out here, you need somebody that just does a little off here and there, just to make you just have a better day.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like people, like I guess it depends on how you hike. But last year, it wasn't much different than this year. I mean, this year there's less people for me, but like I've never really stuck in one tramline very long, because I either out hike the people my age, or the people I end up out hiking me, because they're in their 20s and I just can't hang that long.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of always stuck in this vortex of,
I feel like that's what's happened to me.
Yeah. And it's hard because I have a certain pace, and it just happens to be a pace that's a little weird.
So that's nothing that's like specific to this year.
No,
it's like just...
Yeah, last year I was in and out of about 17 different tramlines based on how I hiked. So...
Wow. Yeah.
I would hike with the people my age, but then I found that I was hiking half the miles that I was doing, and I couldn't stay at that pace. And so I'd have to leave them. And I was having a great time with everybody I was with. It was just, and then all of a sudden I was with these 20-something-year-olds that were doing 30-something miles a day. And it's like, I can only do that so many times before my body's like, no.
Yeah.
So... But what is the biggest thing that you've noticed this year that you would think that would not happen any other year?
Biggest thing that would happen this year that wouldn't happen another year. tough one. Since I haven't hiked much on the AT, I don't really have a lot of experience of just here.
Or expectation.
Yeah. And that's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. Like, you come out here and you've heard things, like, you know, from other hikers who have hiked it. But, you know, every year, I mean, it's a different journey.
Yeah.
Even if there isn't a coronavirus or any other, you know, crazy weather stuff, like, every year that you do it, it's going to be different.
Yeah. I think for me, there is no real bubble.
Okay.
There's like last year there were thousands of people in a bubble, and it's like there is no real bubble.
Yeah.
And the people who probably would have quit way sooner this year because there was no party in Damascus.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's probably true too. Like they probably they would have hung in there a little bit longer than they did.
Because they wanted to get to the party.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good point.
So I think that's the only thing I noticed that was so drastically different. Other than that, I think everything's kind of the same except for on a real low scale, which I'm enjoing because you get to know everybody out there.
Yeah.
Like other years, there's too many, you can't.
Yeah, and I think one of the other things that we noticed, like we've been like moving branches and down trees if they're small enough, or you know, things out of the trail, just because, I mean, we hope there's people behind us coming up, little bubbles like you were talking about, but we haven't seen anybody. But and I'm sure more down weather's going to cause more down trees. But there for a while, like we were tallying it. We're like, you know, we're going to say like this is our like 830th log that we've you know, removed off the trail. But I mean that in itself, like I know that there's some trees that you just have to go under, over, or around, and you know. You have to do that kind of stuff, but it seems like this year there's so much more because there's not any trail maintenance.
Well, I was actually impressed. The section I did yesterday, there were two guys out there actually cutting stuff up and getting it cleared up.
Finally,
So apparently they must have permission. I guess one of the other reasons I'm taking today, besides my feet, is today the restaurants are actually opening up here, and we can go down to the restaurant and actually have a meal. You know, nice. So I'm like. It's kind of a nice thing, so I'm like, I think I'll go down there and have a meal today, you know? Yeah. So just something different, you know?
It'll feel like a normalcy.
Yeah, because this world is just going kind of crazy, you know?
It is,
And so everything that's going on, I'm very blessed to be out here because I'm not having to really deal with the real world stuff right now, and I'm just not ready to deal with it, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it is nice. Yeah.
So.
I'm thankful every day. Every day I get to get up and hike, and I'm just like, I'm so glad like I get to do this instead of being back in the real world and just being in your house and not, you know, being quarantined and not being able to do anything or have
and going to Walmart kind of with 500 people.
Yeah. Not happy I'm missing that.
Yeah, you know, it's like, oh, well, you don't want me to hike, but you want me to go to Walmart where the whole town is hanging out, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Not happening.
No. Yeah. So, is there anything that you would like to tell any thru hiker from the next classes coming up that might be helpful to them?
Yeah, just like one of the biggest things like that I've told a lot of people who are like, oh, I just can't do this anymore, you know, I'm not enjoying it. Change something. Like, don't just be like, this is just miserable and I don't like it. So if you are waking up early and putting in long hours, or if you're not getting out and you're doing it, whatever, change a little thing and see if that makes a difference, because everybody's hike's different. So if you're trying to keep up with a group of 20-year-olds and they're hiking 30, that may not be you, and that's perfectly okay. You will have somebody come up like El Prez who either keeps your pace or does about the same miles that you're wanting to put in,
right, and gets to camp a little bit later or a little bit sooner.
And that's perfectly okay. Your hike is not going to look like anybody else's hike. And I know it said, you know, it was said to me a lot, and I was like, yeah, I hear you. Hike your own hike. Hike your own hike. And it really didn't hit until like 500-600 miles, 700 miles when you're in it, and you're like, okay, I get what it's saying. It's like, you know, you do you, and
Let everyone else do themselves.
Yeah, and so I don't like to wake up early.
No.
I'm up this early, but I don't like to normally wake up early.
Right.
And the whole packing up stuff, it takes me longer.
Right.
Some people are packed up and ready to go in 20 minutes. That's not me.
Right.
I take my time. I start off slow, and then I'm like, I fly through the afternoon and evening. I mean, I'm just booking it. And everybody's like, wow. And I'm just like, yeah, but that's just how I am.
Right.
Some people wake up and
their
their
goal.
first part of the morning is and then by the end of the day, they're tanked and they can't do anything.
That's me.
So everybody's different, and that's perfectly okay. And if it's not working for you, change something, because why else are you out here if it's not to enjoy it?
Right.
And you're not going to enjoy it every day.
No.
I mean, some days you hurt, some days, you know, you get new blisters, some days you fall flat on your face, and that's okay. And you know, you're not going to like it every single day. Some climbs are going to be awful, some views you're not going to be able to see because of the weather. And it's all part of it. And collectively, like, as long as it doesn't collectively suck,
right,
and you get to
and if
enjoy
it gets
breaks
that,
of it,
take your break.
Yeah,
you know?
and
take a
take a
break.
day-
Go to a motel.
Exactly.
Go do something different.
Yeah, because it helps not only your body. Your body needs, you
But
know,
your spirit,
a
your
neuro or
mind.
zero every now and then, but it also helps your spirit, your mind, you know, everything, and it helps make the whole journey what it should be. And if it's not, then just come off. You know, if you change something and it's still not working for you, there's no shame in that, you know, because I've heard like people who get halfway and they don't quit because they're halfway, but they're miserable the second half. I'm like, I don't want to do anything in life
that's miserable.
Right? It's just, why are you doing things if it's not?
This is my happy place. This is why I hike. It's my happy place. It's like, it's where I feel the best. It's
Well, that's where I started hiking about 4 or 5 years ago. I was unhappy, but I started going out hiking, and like minutes, like 2-3 minutes after being on the trail, I was just like, don't have any worries. Like, I've left all my cares and all my stresses and everything behind, and I'm just in this moment enjoying this, and I'm super happy about it.
Right.
And that's how I fell in love with hiking.
Me too.
So find your happy, and no matter
Embrace
what it is, embrace it, implement it in however you hike, and it'll be a better journey.
Yes. Okay.
For sure.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I think that's it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let you go because I've monopolized so much of your time because we've had a few fooballs.
Yes.
But I just want to say to everyone, this is Rocky Hikes. I hope you have a blessed day and hike on.